Daily Pink Slip.
From Home Alone to E.T., we're counting down the 10 most profitable movies of all time. Keep in mind all the dollar amounts have been adjusted for inflation. We're going to start things off with the Daily Pink Slip question of the video. As you watch our list of most profitable movies, which film surprised you the most by making it on the list? Leave us a comment below and get the discussion flowing. With that being said, Number 10, Ghost. This 1990 film, not to be confused with Ghost Dad, starred Patrick Swayze, who coincidentally is a real ghost these days.
Boo! Boo!
Okay, just joking. So Patrick Swayze plays a character that gets murdered right in front of his fiancée, played by Demi Moore, and Whoopi Goldberg is a con artist medium who helps Swayze's ghost communicate with his fiancée in an attempt to solve his murder. But yeah, it's a love story. This was the highest grossing movie of 1990, bringing in $506 million with a budget of only $35 million. That's a 1,446% return on the investment. That sure buys a lot of clay pots. Number 9, Home Alone. This movie was a surprise blockbuster hit in 1990 and it put Macaulay Culkin on the map. If I have to explain the plot to you, then we can't be friends. But here's the whole movie in a short clip montage anyway.
This is my house. I have to defend it.
From now on, your troubles will be out of sight.
Home Alone is actually in the Guinness Book of World Records as the highest grossing live-action comedy of all time in the United States. But that's not exactly why it's on this list. It was made on a budget of only $30 million and brought in $477 million in gross revenue. Guess how much return on investment that is?
AC said 10%.
Not quite. It racked up a 1,590% return. Nice job, Kev. Number 8, The Passion of the Christ. This 2004 hit film about the last 12 hours of Jesus Christ's life was a smash box office hit. Directed by the Lethal Weapon man himself, Mel Gibson.
I'm surprised you haven't heard about me. You know, I got a bad reputation. I mean, sometimes I just go nuts like now.
The Passion of the Christ was met with plenty of controversy, including allegations of anti-Semitism to disturbing scenes of gore, and this is despite the fact that most people who saw this movie knew the story of Jesus being beaten and eventually nailed to a cross. Yeah, guess they weren't expecting any blood. Anyway, it's the highest grossing non-English language film of all time, but it's the high profit margin that is astounding. Made on a budget of $35 million, it grossed $612 million bucks. That's a 1,749% return on the investment. Number 7, American Beauty. 1999 was a year of incredible films. The Matrix, Fight Club, and this sleeper hit that won Oscars for Best Actor, Director, and Best Picture. Kevin Spacey plays an everyman in a midlife crisis with his career, marriage, and daughter. If you haven't seen it, then you need to. It's amazing and one of the few Oscar-winning films that I feel deserves the praise that it got. Made for only $20 million, it eventually brought in $356 million bucks for a 1,780% return.
I rule!
Number 6, Star Wars. Now you can't be all that surprised to see this one on the list, and if you haven't heard of or seen Star Wars, then I'm guessing you're watching this video on a rock that you somehow managed to hook up to the internet. But yeah, this 1977 epic space opera was a mega hit. Made on a budget of only $40 million, it grabbed in $775 million in gross revenue. That's a lightsaber boner-inducing 938% return, and that's just the first movie. Don't even get me started on the merchandising, sequels, prequels, and in-betweenquels. This is a cash cow of the highest order. Number 5, Grease. Back in 1978, John Travolta still had hair, and Olivia Newton-John's career was about to take off into the stratosphere after starring in this sock hop musical. I can't stand musicals, and I find just about every song in this film completely grating and irritating. But at a budget of $20 million bucks, it was able to bring in $394 million in revenue, so I guess people liked it. A lot. Whatever. That's a 1,975% return, so investors were happy. Number 4, Pretty Woman. This is the third film from 1990 on this list. This movie stars Julia Roberts and single-handedly catapulted her career into instant success. It also stars Jason Alexander as the handsome and wealthy businessman who hires a prostitute to accompany him on social events. Their amazing chemistry allowed this to be a huge box office smash.
Having a nice time, Vivian?
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
It only cost $23 million to make, most of which was Jason Alexander's salary. It grossed $463 million bucks, which was a 2,013% return. Don't forget, you can still grab this contemporary classic on VHS. Number 3, Slumdog Millionaire. This film is the most recent on our list, released in 2008. The story has an 18-year-old boy on the Indian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. He gets every question right and is accused of cheating, and then gets detained by the police, and the movie goes from there. Not exactly the plot you'd expect for a film that was such a runaway success. Made on the shoestring budget of $15 million, it grossed $378 million for a return of 2,520%. Hey, that's more than $1 million. Number 2, E.T. This 1982 flick about a boy who befriends an alien was practically guaranteed success after Spielberg had hits with Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was made on a very low budget, only $25 million. The thing is, people just couldn't get enough of it. Everyone, especially kids, went back to see E.T. over and over again, and it racked up $793 million. That is a 3,172% return. But that's not all. Hershey saw a profit increase of 65% because, if you've seen the movie, you know that Reese's Pieces are heavily featured. I think I'll go buy some now. Number 1, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Yep, we're finally here, and it's this movie. I never cared about this movie, never saw it, but you literally couldn't go anywhere without hearing something about it back in 2002. The thing is, it cost almost nothing to make, only $6 million. It brought in $369 million, so that's a return of 6,150%, which blows even our number 2 spot right out of the water. So there you have it. My Big Fat Greek Wedding is the most profitable film of all time. Who would have guessed? Hey guys, thanks for watching. We're always working on new videos, so hit that subscribe button and you won't miss a single one. And remember, if you watched this video at work and you still have a job, then you just dodged the Daily Pink Slip.